वेलकम फ्रेंड्स। क्या सिर्फ पूंजी बढ़ने से देश अमीर बन जाता है? आपको लगता है ऐसा? जॉन रॉबिन्सन ने बताया कि असली खेल जो है वो पूंजी का नहीं बल्कि प्रॉफिट, इन्वेस्टमेंट और इनकम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का है। अगर पूंजीपति और मजदूर की कमाई का संतुलन बिगड़ जाए तो विकास की रफ्तार भी बदल सकती है। तो आइए हम लोग डिस्कस करते हैं जॉन रॉबिन्सन के ग्रोथ मॉडल का, जो कि इग्नू और यूजीसी नेट और सभी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है। और ये भी पूछा जाता है कि ग्रोथ का इंजन क्या है, कैपिटल, लेबर या प्रॉफिट। ये आपको मिसेस जॉन रॉबिन्सन का मॉडल बताएगा। तो हम लोग शुरू करते हैं मिसेस जॉन रॉबिन्सन का ग्रोथ मॉडल, जो कि हमें ये बतलाता है। Mrs. John Robinson presented her growth model of economic growth in 1956. The name of the book was The Accumulation of Capital. In this book, she presented her model. Her model focuses on how capital accumulation and population growth interact to determine whether economy achieves steady growth, full employment, or falls into stagnation. Core of the model is an extension of Keynesian and Harrod-Domer concepts, which emphasizes that desire for capitalists to invest is the driving force of economic growth. So the assumptions of the model are given as followed by Mrs. John Robinson. First is two classes. Economic is consist of two classes, that is workers who receive wages and spend all their income on consumption, and other are capitalists who receive profits and save and reinvest all of their income. There are two sectors in the economy. First is consumption goods sector and second is investment goods sector. Economy is closed economy. There is no foreign trade or government intervention. Technology is constant. The state of technological knowledge is given. Technical knowledge is given. Later on, she relaxed it. And the factors of production, there are only two factors of production, capital and labor. So how the model works is the mechanism of the model, how growth occurs. Mrs. Robinson states that the rate of capital accumulation depends on the distribution of income, because workers save nothing and capitalists save everything. Total savings equal to total profits. So whatever profits the capitalist get is their saving. So the ultimate equilibrium in Robinson model is a state she famously called the golden age. So the golden age is Mrs. Robinson's concept. This is a situation of steady and growth, steady growth where the capital stocks grows at the exact same rate as the labor force. There is full employment of both labor and machinery. Third is per capita income remains constant or grows at the rate of technical progress. In this state, the economy experiences a harmonious self-perpetuating equilibrium. So now we see deviations from golden age. A key contribution of Mrs. Robinson model is analyzing what happens when economy fails to hit this perfect balance. She classified these imbalances into ages. So she has given different ages. First is the limping golden age. It is golden age but limping, ladkhadati hui. The economy has sufficient savings and desire to invest, but the growth of the labor force is too slow. Capital accumulation is held back by the shortage of labor. There is no too much labor to invest the capital, leading to underutilized capital equipment. Then comes laden stage, that is Shisha ka yug. This is characterized by high rate of unemployment. The labor force is growing rapidly, but the rate of capital accumulation is too slow to absorb the available workers. So in limping stage, capital was more. In laden stage or age, capital is lacking. Even though there is reserve army of labor, capitalists lack the incentive to the profit to invest in more machinery. Then comes C, that is word used by Mrs. Robinson. It is called the bastard golden age. This occurs when unemployment exists, but the real wage cannot fall any further because it has reached the subsistence minimum. So labor wage cannot go beyond this. The bare minimum workers need to survive. Because wages cannot fall, profits cannot rise, and the economy gets stuck in the state of chronic unemployment with rigid accumulation rate. Then comes the galloping gold age. Here, investment demand is incredibly high, but supply of goods cannot keep up. This leads to wage price inflationary spiral where the economy faces severe instability because the desire to accumulate capital outstrips the physical capacity of the economy. Fourth number is real world examples. We will see the examples of these ages in real world. Mrs. Robinson model is highly theoretical. We can map its concept into real world economic scenario. So example of Leiden is Shisha age. Developing economies with high population growth, consider an economy like India in the mid 20th century. The population labor force was growing rapidly. However, because the country lacked sufficient factories, infrastructure, and machinery, that is capital stock, it could not employ the influx of workers. So this resulted in widespread structural unemployment and underemployment. So it is the situation of Leiden age. Example of limping gold age is also discussed here. So modern Japan and Western Europe in 2026, many developed nations face declining birth rates and aging populations. So the labor force is shrinking. Reason is different here. Shrinking or stagnant. So even if corporations have massive cash reserves and a desire to expand factories, they cannot find enough workers to run them. So the shortage of labor limits the potential growth of capital. And the example of galloping age, post-WWII hyperinflation of post-COVID supply shocks when an economy tries to rebuild or expand aggressively after a crisis, the demand for machinery and factories skyrockets. If the supply chain cannot deliver raw materials fast enough, it does not lead to real growth. Instead, it triggers massive inflation. We saw glimpses of this globally in 2021-2022 when massive demand hit constrained global supply chains. So we can summarize Mrs. John Robinson's model that it warns us that a golden age of perfect steady economic growth is rare stroke of luck. In reality, economic growth is highly volatile because it depends on the independent decisions of capitalists to invest, which must perfectly align with demographic trends, labor growth, which is not same in all countries. If these two variables mismatch, the economy naturally slides into periods of high unemployment. So if you want such more videos, please like, share, and subscribe this channel and share it with your friends because it is exam friendly. Thank you.